Binder of the counter of uncountable stars. You know where they are. Healer of the broken-hearted, binder of our wounds, counter of uncountable stars. You know who we are. Hallelujah, hallelujah, הרופא לשבורי לב ומכבש לעצבותם, מונה מספר לכוכבים, לכולם שמות יקרא. הרופא לשבורי לב ומכבש לעצבותם, מונה מספר לכוכבים.
Chodesh Tov, everyone, and welcome to OneShul. I'm Kohenet Ketzirah, and I'm so pleased to be back here again with you tonight to welcome in the changing of the months, Tekufat Tammuz, the Jewish change of the seasons into summer, and to wish any of our Islamic brethren who may be joining us and sistren who may be joining us tonight an Eid Mubarak. We have multiple holy days aligning together here at Rosh Chodesh Tammuz. I've posted the link to the Siddur in the chat room. It's just bit.ly/Tammuz 5776, Tammuz with 2 M's. Our opening music tonight was Broken Hearted by Shir Yaakov. Felt that it was a good song to begin us tonight. I'm starting from a bit of a quiet place with the news of yet another shooting of an unarmed black man who is selling CDs in front of a store. And that song is the first one that came to mind when I thought about how do we begin our service tonight. And I want to say that it is very possible that those police officers in that moment may have believed that he had a gun. And they may have believed in that moment that the only choice they had was to shoot him. But that is also the problem with institutionalized racism, because he was selling CDs in front of a store. How did they ever end up in that situation where it was a question of being fired on and having to defend yourself? And it always seems to be the young black men who we're just so afraid of that we end up in that situation. If you're a young white man, they worry about the impact on your future, not your victim. But if you're a young black man, we seem to shoot first and ask questions later. So as we come together tonight, let us think about the words of the recently passed Elie Wiesel that remind us that the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. And as we come together this month, as we do each month, to welcome in the new month, to give thanks for the month that has passed, and to ask for strength in the month to come, and open ourselves to blessings of divine energy. Let us put a special focus this month on Tikkun Olam, Tikkun Halev, and Tikkun Hanefesh, the healing of the world, the healing of the heart, and the healing of the soul. And as we go through, and especially as we open ourselves up at the end to divine blessing, let us ask the hard questions for ourselves, of ourselves. In what way do we potentially support this broken system? And remember that we were not white people until probably 50 years ago, and that we are living in a century where we are lucky that we are not tagged and badged so people see us and know we're a Jew the moment they see us. It is one step harder to treat us in this callous way in this century because you don't just know anymore. But as we've seen in recent weeks, racism, anti-Semitism is shockingly alive and well. I want to ask those of you who are joining us in the chat room tonight, I'm going to put the symbol in the chat room. How many of you saw about the echo symbol and have added the echo to your name somewhere online? So just because we are not forced to wear badges that shout to the world we're Jews, and not everyone wears a kippah in public. I wear this leading services, not every day. We don't all have public signs that we're Jews. And yet there are people who still absurdly hate and fear us so much that they build programs to tag us with yellow badges online so they can be sure to know who's a Jew and who isn't, to make sure that there's no coincidences they shouldn't know about. So as we begin tonight, as we move through, what is that echo thing? Let me explain, Tal. So, a group of neo-Nazi fascists, adorably calling themselves the alt-right, they are neo-Nazi fascists, created a plugin for Google Chrome, an extension, and it put that symbol, that the 3 parentheses on either side, which is called an echo, around the names of anybody they felt was Jewish. So they could be sure, and they called it the coincidence tracker. What a coincidence, this person's a Jew. News came out, Google blocked it, and as a statement of protest, many, many Jews, and actually many others, put the echo around their name. You want to call me out as a Jew? I'll do it for myself. I'm fine with that. But it was done as a way to identify us, to show that we are doing terrible, nefarious, bad things. So keep that in mind, that we're only a step removed ourselves. Those of us who are not Jews of color, those of us who are of Eastern European or removed enough Sephardic descent that we pass. For Jews of color, no fun for them at all. They are on all sides of it. So not to begin with a lecture tonight, but it's very hard in the face of the news to not at least begin with the reality of where we are. So we come together as a community each month to welcome in the new month. The change of months gives us a chance to yet again push forward change on our lives and take stock. We give thanks for the month that has passed. We ask for strength in the month to come. And we open ourselves up to receive divine energy. And I want to say Chodesh Tov to you all joining us. Please, in the chat room, let us know if it's your first time here with us. I see a couple of names that may be new to me, and if you aren't new, I apologize for not recognizing your name. So let me post the link to the Siddur again. And as I do, I want to share one other word of wisdom from another great teacher, a great modern prophet, which got me thinking tonight and is part of the reason that we're beginning our service the way we are tonight. So, to quote the great Desmond Tutu, if you are neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. And those are the words that are sitting heavy on my heart tonight as we begin, and are the reason I felt like we needed to start the way we're starting. I hope that if you are not in the same place as I am right now, that you can understand why we are beginning the way we are beginning and open yourself up to the tikkun that I am attempting, however imperfectly, to offer. We will move into our creating of sacred space through singing of our Baruch Hu, and I will invite you tonight, as I do each month, to share how you wish to be sung into our space tonight. Or how do you wish to be sung into our space tonight? It may be your English name, your daily name. It may be your Hebrew name. It may be a word that is deeply resonant for you. Maybe it's a one-word check-in. But I invite you now, as Tal is doing in the chat room, to share the name you wish to be sung into our space tonight. And Chodesh Tov, Tamara, so good to see you here at our service tonight. So we'll begin singing each of you in. And as we do, let's take a moment to be fully here. And to invite you to place your feet on the floor, firmly on the ground. And I want to invite you to place your hands on your keyboard. Let them rest on your keyboard. And take 3 deep breaths in and out. And as you lay your hands on the keyboard, if the idea of energy is something that resonates with you, then just go with this. If it doesn't, I first want to invite you to stretch your hands. If energy seems woo-woo, stretch your hands as far as they can go until you feel that tension. And then release. And if you can still feel that tension flowing, that's energy. And place your hands on the keyboard. And we're going to take a moment to connect with the chashmal of the universe. Chashmal is Hebrew, modern Hebrew for electricity. It's the electricity that runs through all the cells in your body. It is, if you run to the mystical side, the energy that runs through you. It is the electricity that powers everything around us and connects us through the wires of the internet. So take just a moment with your hands on the keyboard and feel, imagine, visualize the energy of your body, that natural electricity that is physically there, or metaphysically, whichever you resonate best with. There are actual electrical impulses all through our bodies. And feel it connecting, imagine it connecting into the electricity of the internet. And as you do, allow it to connect you across the wires, across time and space, to everyone attending our service tonight. Imagine it spinning up and out and down into a temporal temple, a cyber mishkan all around us, creating a sacred space, a sacred place in time and space for us to come together and celebrate and connect. And I'll begin singing each of you in, and a special welcome to Derek, your first time here with us tonight. Marchu, dear one, Shekhinah, holy name. When I call on the light of my soul, I come home. Baruch Hu, dear one, Tal Nachman, holy name. You have called on the light of your soul. Welcome home. Baruch Hu, dear one. Ricarda, holy name. You have called on the light of your soul. Welcome home. Baruch Hu, dear one, Erika, holy name. You have called on the light of your soul. Welcome home. Baruch Hu, dear one, Nechama, holy name. You have called on the light of your soul. Welcome home. Baruch Hu, dear one, Dave, holy name. You have called on the light of your soul. Welcome home. Baruch Hu, dear one, Tamara, holy name. You have called on the light of your soul. Welcome home. Baruch Hu, dear one, Derek, holy name. You have called on the light of your soul. Welcome home. Baruch Hu, dear one, Jacob, holy name. You have called on the light of your soul. Welcome home. Baruch Hu, dear one, Shekhinah, holy name. We have called on the light of our souls. We've come home. We have called on the light of our souls. We've come home. We are here and now in this space, in this place, coming together in a commitment of sacred connective action. And we begin, now that we are here, we are present, we are called to prayer with gratitude. We come together with gratitude. And I want to welcome also Chodesh Tov to the person in the chat room who has joined us as Cajun. Welcome to you as well, and we can sing you in along the way in our hearts and our minds. So we move to page 3 of your Siddur, and we begin with gratitude. We began the beginning of our service tonight from a place of concern, from a place of the need for repair, from a place of hurt and in some ways in anger, an acknowledgement of the imperfection of the world. I now challenge myself. I now challenge all of you. Because it is so easy to forget all that is right in the world and become someone who only believes that the world is broken. We go now and we think of all that has gone right, so we don't become simply angry people. We might be angry about injustice, but we are grateful and we experience gratitude for each moment, even if we cannot be grateful for everything that happens in our lives. And we turn to the song of gratitude, Moda Ani, from the morning prayer service. And we sing all that we are grateful for. And as we begin our song tonight and share in the chat room all that we are grateful for, I definitely want to say that I am grateful that Tamara has been able to join us tonight and that you've been able to stay awake to join us for at least the beginning of the service. And we will feel your presence with us even if you fall asleep during the service. So many blessings and healing to you, my friend, for being here with us tonight. So, Moda Ani for those who identify as women. Moda Ani for those who identify as men. Lifanaich and Vikayemet for those who wish to praise the Holy One in feminine God language. And Lifanecha and Vekayam for those who wish to praise the Holy One in masculine God language. Then we will switch to the English in gender-neutral space. And I invite, embrace, and encourage you to use whatever God language is true and resonant for you and to switch between them with me if you are able to. And as you know, if you've been here, I will randomly switch on you out of nowhere. So I ask you and invite you to share in the chat room. What are you grateful for tonight and in the month that is coming to an end? And I will endeavor, as always, to sing your gratitudes into our chant. Moda ani lefanayich, Moda ani lefanayich, Ruach Chai v'kayamet, Moda ani lefanecha, Moda ani lefanecha, Ruach Chai v'kayam. Oh, I am grateful. Oh, I am grateful in the face of the One, in the face of the One. Moda ani lefanayich, Moda ani lefanayich, Ruach Chai v'kayamet, Moda ani lefanecha, Moda ani lefanecha, Ruach Chai v'kayam. Oh, we are grateful. Oh, we are grateful for lazy summer days and Shabbat candles. Oh, we are grateful. Oh, we are grateful that Barbara Ruth wants to join the tribe and will be among us soon. grateful. Oh, we are grateful for holiness, faithfulness, and love. And Tal's safe return from Portland. Moda ani lefanayich, Moda ani lefanayich, Ruach Chai v'kayemet. Moda ani lefanecha, Moda ani lefanecha, Ruach Chai v'kayam. Oh, we are grateful. Oh, we are grateful for Rabbi Patrick and the OneShul community and our local brick and mortar shows. Moda ani lefanayich, Moda ani lefanayich, Ruach Chai v'kayemet. Moda ani lefanecha, Moda ani lefanecha, Ruach Chai v'kayam. Oh, we are grateful. Oh, we are grateful for Rabbi Patrick, Rabbi David, Kohenet, Devorah, Kalila, and Arava, our OneShul contributors. Oh, we are grateful. Oh, we are grateful for Taya, Shir, Yaakov, and the Kirtan Rabbi for lending us their voices. Oh, we are grateful. Oh, we are grateful for all of you, the OneShul community. And one more time through the Hebrew and the English. Moda ani lefanayich, Moda ani lefanayich, Ruach Chai v'kayemet. Moda ani lefanecha, Moda ani lefanecha, Ruach Chai v'kayam. Yasher koach, that first mezuzah. Oh, we are grateful. Oh, we are grateful in the face of the one, in the face of the one. Thank you all for refilling my well of gratitude with your presence tonight, with your gratitudes. Barbara, with your courage and commitment of joining the tribe, Yasher Koach, great continued strength to you. Derek, Yasher Koach to you too on that first mezuzah. And I think that deserves a shehechiatnu. So shehechianu if you want to do masculine God language, shehechiatnu if you want to do this with me. It is the prayer for firsts. And not just the first and only time, but especially the first time of a continued thing you're going to do. And amazing, amazing, amazing Tal about your friend in Afghanistan. So glad to hear that he is well and safe. So let's say Shehechiatnu to Derek on his first mezuzah. Barbara, please reach out to me to let us know in upcoming services if there's something we can do to honor your conversion. That's so wonderful. As everybody hopefully knows, OneShul is a space for those of us who got born into the tribe and for those who had to work their tushies off to earn their place in the tribe. So much love and respect to you for all you've been going through, and I'm pretty sure your son too, right? So yeah, Barbara, let us know. How do we help celebrate you? What can I do? Email me later. So let's say shehechiatnu. I'm going to do shehechiatnu. You do shehechiatnu or shehechianu, whichever one is right for you. The prayer of firsts for Derek's first mezuzah. Brucha at Shechina Eloteinu Roach Haolam Shehechiatnu Vekiamatnu Vehigiatnu Lazman Hazeh. Blessed are you, Holy One. Your presence fills creation, making us holy and making us Shehechiatnu, making us holy and guiding us and protecting us into this place and this time. Amen. All right. So we have a couple of big Yasher Koach moments, great continued strength. And we're going to move now into our prayers for strength, our Micha Mocha. And I invite you to share in the chat room what it is you need strength for in the month to come. Tal, Mazel Tov, Yasher Koach. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So all of you having big milestones, please, I'm going to move us into our prayers for strength, but let me know and let me know how we celebrate it. What can we do to honor all of these amazing milestones you all have? Let's make sure we celebrate them in our community. It's so exciting. So please let me know. Email me, let me know what are the right ways to celebrate these milestones with you all. Going to turn the singing over to Taya for our Micha Mocha and prayers for strength. And please share in the chat room what are the things in this month to come that you need strength for.
Flowing and growing, Spirit is flowing through that's how I be. The Spirit is flowing, flowing and growing. The Spirit is flowing through you and me. Shekhinah reside in me, oh wisdom lives inside of me. Shekhinah reside in me, holy Yaakov, that I might go there. No right hero, Mikamah, my Madonna, Mikamah, that I might go there. Spirit is flowing, no right hero, no right hero, Hashem guide me, be faithfully beside me. Hashem guide me, and that's how I be. The Spirit is flowing, flowing and growing. The Spirit is flowing, flowing and growing. The Spirit is flowing. Hashem guide me, Shekhinah reside me, Hashem guide me, Shekhinah reside in me, oh holy and holy. Mikamah, my Madonna, Mikamah, my Madonna, Mikamah, never about you. No right hero, no right hero, no right hero, to say fella.
Die, 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 die. Die, 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 die. Die, 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 die. Die, 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 die. May all of these places that we have named in our hearts or aloud, these places, these edges, these soft spots that need reinforcing, may we find the strength within ourselves. May we find the strength from the Holy One to tap into it from within, from without. May we find the support of our community of body and spirit and mind, the embodied humans in our lives, the unseen forces that support us, the plant and animal allies, and the ancestors, all of whom we can tap into to bring us strength and support us in our journey. And let us say, Amen. So this is the moment we pause, we think about the month that is coming. This is Rosh Chodesh. Tammuz is our month that is opening. And along with the month that is opening, it is Tekufat Tammuz. It's one of the many oddities about Judaism sometimes. We don't have true solstice and equinox observances, not the fixed date. We have Tekufot, and those sometimes fall on the solstice or equinox, and more like a wedge of time around them. But it's also kind of interesting because the solstice marks the day. The equinox marks the day. But the reality is, the way we experience the seasons, it is a little bit more like a wedge of time or an hourglass moment, right? You start to notice, whoa, the days are getting long and hot. And then a few weeks later, we're like, hey, it's getting dark a little earlier. That's kind of what happens with Tekufot. There's like the day it sort of starts, but they're more like a wedge of time. And they're in a calculation. And so there are also moments of great power, the acknowledgement of the shift of the seasons. Ginny, yeah, that lunar influence. And this year it's a skosh off because it was a leap year, which technically resets our calendar exactly and puts Tekufat Tammuz into July. It's a couple of weeks off. Details. But there's all kinds of traditions around these seasonal markers. Things like changing the water that is ancient times, of course, changing the water in your cisterns, and you shouldn't drink from that on that day because evil impulses get into them. So, like so many moments that are liminal in Judaism, these seasonal markers are also acknowledged as somewhat liminal times. And so there is the ability to make changes and see things in the middle and have influences come in and go out. So they're a good time to try to influence the world, but also to be aware of the world's influence on you. And Tammuz, in my explorations of it, simply, I can boil it down, it's what's in your Siddur on page 5, is Tammuz is a month that asks, what will you do with your power and ability? And I'm going to put the image in the Siddur up in the chat room for a minute. Okay, so we have the image that's in your Siddur in the chat room so you can see it. And I can scratch my head because I just got a mosquito bite. And if you've been joining us, you know we've been doing this for a little while. One of the several lenses that I've used to explore the Jewish Wheel of the Year is tarot. And this is the transparent tarot. And from your left to right, you have the journey from Sivan to Tammuz in the middle to Av on the right with the lion. And you have the big heart of Sivan, the culmination at Shavuot, at Sinai, that huge moment. And now we're in Tammuz in the middle, and that's the chariot and those two horses. And you have this powerful chariot, and the question is, what will you do with it? You gonna do anything? That's the question, right? We just had the huge revelation at Shavuot, where we all get to hear the voice of the Holy One on the mountain ourselves, and we get to experience that year in and year out, the spiritual joining of the tribe at Sinai, at Shavuot. And then we have this month, and it's kind of like anything. When you get like a giant revelation, and you kind of go, well, what do I do with that? I've been there myself. When I received smicha as a Kohenet, people would say, oh, what changed? And you're like, I don't really know. I just got hit by a lightning bolt of transmission after 3.5 years of study and sisterhood and commitment and a lifetime of these things as well. And this thing happened, and they put their hands on me, and we said some words that included from this moment, and from this moment on, you are a Kohenet. And you sit there and you don't know. Like, it's the most overwhelming thing because you've got this powerful chariot. You don't even know where to go with it. And my smicha is present because this week another cohort of Kohanot is receiving their first level initiation. So not smicha, but the first phase of initiation into the community after their first 1.5 years of study. And this happens a lot with the initiation too, where it's like this big moment. And then sometimes the horses just run wild. Sometimes people just get stuck. Sometimes the horses run away. But it's the question. You have all this power you're being given. What will you do with it? And from an agrarian context, the ancient agrarian aspect of Judaism, this is the month, right, where we're beginning the big work of harvest. The summer harvest is going on. and the planting for the fall is going on, right? All of these things. And so this idea of what power you have, and maybe it's not a chariot, maybe it's a horse-driven plow. What will you do with the power that you have? How will you use it? Will it be for good? Will it be for ill? Will it just overwhelm you when you do nothing? It happens. Will the horses run away, or you just let them go because you can't handle it? So Tammuz is a month to think about that. And I think in the context of so much going on in our world, it's also a month to think about the idea of power. Moving into Av, it's a great one, right? The idea is the strength card in Av, and there's a lot we'll talk about in Av. But the idea of power. Is it power with? Is it power for? Is it power over? What does it mean to be in power? What does it mean to be empowered? So a lot to dive into in this month. All of these notions of what will you do with your own power, and with the power others may have over you, or with you, or you over others. And we'll move into our final chant of the evening, our opening to blessings. And our chant for Tammuz is Ozi V'Zimrat Yah. And we will use tonight the Shefa Gold, the Rabbi Shefa Gold version of it, to the best of my ability. If you've ever met Shefa or studied any of her work, she's an amazing book on the power of Jewish chant. Her practice is very specific. So when I say I do her chants to the best of my ability, it's acknowledging that I don't know that I do them with the precision that she would like them done, and that her practice teaches them in. They're very, very specific in her mind, and each note, each phrasing, each breath placement is part of the power of the chant to her. And the specificity to me may not be, it's more kavanah than keva, so more intention than structure in some ways for me. But I want to honor that for Shefa, the keva is so crucial. So we'll do our best to honor her teaching with this and see if we can find our own place within it. And thank you, Ginny, very much. So it's Ozi V'Zimrat Yah, V'haya li, V'hai u, V'yahi. Oh, Lord. I'm going to sing it. I can't say it out loud. V'hayihi li lishua. And I'm going to read what Shefa says about it. It's in your Siddur. So in this practice, I find and express my strength, my will, my effort, and desire when I chant Ozi. When I chant V'Zimrat Yah, I open and surrender to the God song and let it be sung through me. Then in the last phrase, V'yahi li lishua, I balance those two aspects of my practice. So we'll sing this together a few times. The Rabbi Shefa Gold interpretation of Ozi V'Zimrat Yah. Ozi V'Zimrat Yah, V'yahi li lishua. Ozi V'Zimrat Yah, V'yahi li lishua. Ozi V'Zimrat Yah, V'yahi li lishua. Ozi Vayahi Lishua Ozi Vezimradia Vayahi Lishua Ozi Vezimradia Vayahi Lishua Ozi Vezimradia Vayahi Lishua Ozi Vezimradia Vayahi Yeshua. I know that that is a chant I return to again and again when I've felt torn and I've felt unbalanced or like my strength is waning. It's a chant that I've sung to myself many, many, many times. I've known to walk down the street when I was still commuting to work, and I would sing this or Ashrei or something else along the way to balance, center, and regain my strength. Chodesh Tov to you all. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We'll be back this Friday night for Shabbat services at 8 p.m. Eastern again. You're back with me again on Friday night. As far as I know, Devorah Kalila will be back with us next week, Friday night. I have to triple check that with her, but I believe she'll be back for Shabbat services again next week. We are so close to launching Challah Club. So close. We're so getting there. I think our beta launch to just the community will be the month of Elul. So Elul and Tishrei will be just for those who have previously raised their hands. That's who will be. So if you have to sign up at that website, oneshul.org/challah-club, that is how you say that I want to be part of this from the beginning. It's for people who bake their own challah, and if you buy it, you are welcome to. We're really trying to help people embrace challah as a foundational practice. So whether you bake or buy, all are welcome, and we'll have something for everyone. I'm also very excited to let you know that we are in talks with a Jewish publisher to bring a Meet the Author series to you all. So I'm super hopeful that will launch in the fall. We have, actually not hopefully, I know very soon, launching a mitzvah blog. So we're going to have our first official scholar in residence here at OneShul, and she will be unpacking the mitzvot for us from a scholarly perspective, from a halachic perspective, and from a progressive practice-oriented perspective. She's really going to help us wrap our heads around core sacred connective practices of Judaism. And we also have another sacred musician joining our community. He's been a professional musician for many years. He's now a rabbi, and he is transitioning from a secular musician to a sacred musician, and going to be sharing some of that experience with us here on OneShul, both his music and, I'm very hopeful, his experience with us. So Chodesh Tov to you all. And remember, if you want to light the candles at a Shabbat service, just videotape yourself doing it to introduce yourself first, light your candles, say the prayers, and send me the video. There's a Dropbox link you can do it through, or if it's short enough, you can email it to me as well. And that's at ketzirah@punktorah.org. Chodesh Tov to you all. I will see you, I hope, back here again on Friday night for Shabbat services. And as always, please, we want your time, your talents, your presence. And if you can afford to donate $5, it helps to keep the stream streaming. So thank you all very much for being here again tonight. And we're going to end our service back with Shir Yaakov from his album La, the song Broken Hearted.
לכולם שמות יקרא